vow,
近い、制約。
vow. She made a vow to help those in need. She made a vow to help those in need. Application,
応募、申請。
application. The job application was submitted yesterday. The job application was submitted yesterday. Intervene,
介入する、干渉する。
intervene. They intervened just in time to stop the fight. They intervened just in time to stop the fight. Discredit,
信用を落とす、疑う。
discredit. The scandal discredited the politician. The scandal discredited the politician. Experienced,
経験豊富な、熟練した。
experienced. He is very experienced in software development. He is very experienced in software development. Dedicated,
献身的な、専念している。
dedicated. She is always dedicated to her work. She is always dedicated to her work. Friction,
摩擦、不和。
friction. There was friction between the two teams. There was friction between the two teams. Coalition,
連合、同盟。
coalition. A coalition of parties supports the new law. A coalition of parties supports the new law. Spark,
火花、ひらめき。
spark. The spark of creativity can lead to amazing new ideas. The spark of creativity can lead to amazing new ideas. Chronic,
慢性的な、長期的な。
chronic. Air pollution has become a chronic issue in the city. Air pollution has become a chronic issue in the city. Alimony,
慰謝料、扶養手当。
alimony. She received alimony after their divorce. She received alimony after their divorce. Compound,
化合物、複合的な。
compound. The chemical compound was tested in the lab. The chemical compound was tested in the lab. Revolt,
反乱を起こす、反抗する。
revolt. The citizens revolted against the unfair laws. The citizens revolted against the unfair laws. Likelihood.
可能性、見込み。
Likelihood. The likelihood of rain today is quite high, so bring an umbrella. The likelihood of rain today is quite high, so bring an umbrella. Accommodate.
収容する、順応する。
Accommodate. They can accommodate up to 50 guests. They can accommodate up to 50 guests. Modest.
控えめな、謙虚な。
Modest. He maintained a modest lifestyle, despite his wealth. He maintained a modest lifestyle, despite his wealth. Sly.
ずる賢い、抜け目のない。
Sly. The sly fox managed to evade capture by the hunters. The sly fox managed to evade capture by the hunters. Advanced.
高度な、進歩した。
Advanced. This is an advanced course in mathematics. This is an advanced course in mathematics. Prescribe.
処方する、指示する。
Prescribe. Doctors prescribed antibiotics for the infection. Doctors prescribed antibiotics for the infection. Ceaseless.
絶え間ない、ひっきりなしの。
Ceaseless. His efforts were ceaseless throughout the night. His efforts were ceaseless throughout the night. Escort.
護衛する、送り届ける。
Escort. A security guard escorted the visitor out. A security guard escorted the visitor out. Serene.
穏やかな、落ち着いた。
Serene. She remained serene despite the chaos around her. She remained serene despite the chaos around her. Skeptical.
懐疑的な、疑わしい。
Skeptical. He is skeptical about the project's success. He is skeptical about the project's success. Accreditation.
認定、資格付与。
Accreditation. The university received accreditation from the Education Board. The university received accreditation from the Education Board. Monotonously.
単調に、退屈に。
Monotonously. She spoke monotonously, which made the lecture boring. She spoke monotonously, which made the lecture boring. Extort.
ゆする、強要する。
Extort. The criminals tried to extort money from the victim. The criminals tried to extort money from the victim. Exterminate.
根絶する、絶滅させる。
Exterminate. The army aimed to exterminate the enemy. The army aimed to exterminate the enemy. Minor.
小さな、些細な。
Minor. The minor details were often overlooked in the larger discussion. The minor details were often overlooked in the larger discussion. Hail.
歓迎する、呼びかける。
Hail. The crowd began to hail the returning champion. The crowd began to hail the returning champion. Fierce.
激しい、どう思うな。
Fierce. They engaged in a fierce debate about climate change. They engaged in a fierce debate about climate change. Catastrophe.
大災害、大惨事。
Catastrophe. The earthquake was a catastrophe for the city. The earthquake was a catastrophe for the city. Legalize.
合法化する、認可する。
Legalize. The government plans to legalize gambling. The government plans to legalize gambling. Agricultural.
農業の、農学の。
Agricultural. The area is known for its agricultural produce. The area is known for its agricultural produce. Portray.
描写する、演じる。
Portray. The artist will portray her vision through vibrant colors. The artist will portray her vision through vibrant colors. Premature.
早すぎる、時期尚早の。
Premature. It's premature to make conclusions without enough data. It's premature to make conclusions without enough data. Conscience.
良心、道徳心。
Conscience. She listened to her conscience and apologized. She listened to her conscience and apologized. Abortion.
中絶。
Abortion. The issue of abortion is highly controversial. The issue of abortion is highly controversial. Anarchy.
無政府状態、無秩序。
Anarchy. The country fell into anarchy after the war. The country fell into anarchy after the war. Advocate.
支持する、主張する。
Advocate. He advocates for better education policies. He advocates for better education policies. Dictate.
命令する、指図する。
Dictate. The teacher will dictate the instructions for the assignment. The teacher will dictate the instructions for the assignment. Outskirts.
郊外、外れ。
Outskirts. The outskirts of the city are quieter than the urban center. The outskirts of the city are quieter than the urban center. Condiment.
調味料、薬味。
Condiment. Mustard is a common condiment for sandwiches. Mustard is a common condiment for sandwiches. Classify.
分類する、区分する。
Classify. The scientists will classify the new species. The scientists will classify the new species. Hinder.
妨げる、邪魔をする。
Hinder. He tried to hinder her progress by spreading false rumors. He tried to hinder her progress by spreading false rumors. Stumble.
つまずく、よろける。
Stumble. She stumbled over her words while presenting to the class. She stumbled over her words while presenting to the class. Subsequent.
その後の続く。
Subsequent. The meeting will be held the subsequent day. The meeting will be held the subsequent day. Aptitude.
適性、素質。
Aptitude. His aptitude for mathematics was evident from a young age. His aptitude for mathematics was evident from a young age. Convey.
伝える、運ぶ。
Convey. They worked to convey their message clearly and effectively. They worked to convey their message clearly and effectively. Proficient.
堪能な、熟練した。
Proficient. She is proficient in 3 languages. She is proficient in 3 languages. Dialect.
方言、訛り。
Dialect. Each region has its own unique dialect. Each region has its own unique dialect.